What's up, guys? I want to show you really quickly how to export all of your base contact emails and throw them into MailChimp. So make sure before you get started you've got base up and MailChimp up, and the whole process takes about 5 minutes. So let's go through it. First thing you want to do once you log into base is click on this little guy here, your contacts. Once there, make sure you have Smart List selected here. Smart List is the base way of saying reports. That's all that is. Once you've got your Smart Lists up, click on the actions here and choose New. We're going to make a new Smart List. And might as well go ahead and name it as we get started. So I'm going to click on Actions here and click Save As. And I'm going to call this, I'll do Sarah's as an example. So we'll call this Nashville Emails November. And click OK. All right, so you want to have 3 columns on this report. I want to have the contact name, I want to have their email, and I want to have the owner. I want to make sure I'm only using Sarah. So the way you add that is you click on Columns. Contacts is already in there, so we're good there. We want to make sure we add their email, so I'm going to find email. And then I'm going to add owner to make sure I just get my own, in this case Sarah. So now I've got contacts, I've got all their emails, and I've got an owner, but right now I've got every contact in base. So I want to filter this by clicking on this little funnel. And I'm just going to use Sarah as the example here. So now that's filtered out everyone else, and I've got all the contacts, all of their emails, and the ones owned by Sarah. So now I'm going to export this list for use in MailChimp. I'm going to click on this Actions arrow again, and I'm going to choose Export. It's going to tell me that it's exporting the list, and it'll notify me when it's ready. Should only take a few seconds here, and it is done. So then you're going to get a message that it's complete, and you can click here to download the file when you're done. So click on that. It's going to download it down here on the left, and we're done with base. So now I'm going to go over to MailChimp, and this is what you see when you first log into MailChimp, and we're going to import those names into our list. So the first step, we're going to click on Lists. We're going to find the appropriate list. In this case, it's Nashville, so I'm going to find it right here. I'm going to go to the far right, choose this drop down, and pick Import, because I want to import my list that I just made. It's going to ask me what settings do I want to use, or where do I want to get them from. I'm going to choose the second one, a CSV text file, which is what base spit out for me. So choose that second option and click Next down here in the bottom. All right, now it's going to ask me where is that file. So I'm going to click on Browse. I'm going to go to my downloads. And the easiest way to do it is just sort by date. This is the last thing I downloaded, so it's right there. The NSH emails November. I'm going to double click on it, and I'm going to acknowledge that, yes, I understand if I import too many people, it's going to bump us up to a new bill plan, but that's okay. I'm going to check that off. I'm going to click Next. And it's moving slow, but it's going. All right, so MailChimp is now going to try to guess what each of those columns mean. The first column here is the column name, and I'm going to just call this, my options here in MailChimp are first name or last name. I'm going to call it first name, even though it's often both. I'm going to click Save. The next one is a unique base contact ID that means nothing. I don't want that to go into MailChimp, so I'm going to hit Skip. The next one is the email address, and MailChimp guessed correctly what that was, so I'm going to click Save. And then lastly, the column with Sarah as the owner. I don't need that in MailChimp, so I'm going to click Skip. And I'm all done there, so I will then click Next. It's just going to verify what it's doing. I'm going to choose which category these subscribers are. I'm going to call them subscribed. These are ones that I am subscribing to my new list. The last option is to auto-update my existing list. I'm going to leave this blank. What this does is if you had a very clean list with like up-to-date names or addresses or birthdays or something, and it finds a duplicate, it would update them for you. But if I leave this blank, it will just not import duplicates, which is the cleaner way of doing it. So I'm leaving that blank. I'm going to click import. And I'm all done. MailChimp has knocked that out for me, and you're good to go. Sometimes you'll get a message here if it's a big list that you can close the browser and come back later and it'll be done for you. But in this case, it already did it, and so we're good to go. And so now when you mail out your new campaign, all those base contacts that you just added will be on your list. So that's it. If you have questions, let me know. Thanks, guys.